Hey there, we are going to go over a very quick presentation. I'm basically going to go through here and kind of show you and tell you how we want this presentation to go whenever you're presenting this in front of classes, Greek houses, or different groups of people on campus. So I will go ahead and get started. So actually, before I do that, I want to talk about a couple things. One, make sure you're energetic, and two, like make sure you practice. Going in blind is never a good idea. One, it's going to make you a little bit more nervous, especially if you stumble on your words a little bit. And if you're practicing, then obviously you're going to feel a little bit more comfortable up there, and you're going to be able to go off the cuff a little bit more and make it back. If you end up on a tangent, you'll be able to make it back and so forth. But you just make sure you're energetic. Make sure you're really representing the brand in a good way. This is a fun company. It's a startup. We had a lot of exciting things going on. We're one of the fastest growing startups here in Kansas City, and we need to really have that reflected in this presentation. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and get going now. Hi guys, my name is Daniel, and I am a rep with a company called Scholarly. And basically, we are a mobile textbook platform for students like yourselves to sell their books and have them picked up anywhere on campus. And basically what I want to talk about today is just some of the basics of what we do, and how you can save a crap ton of money on your books, and then get paid for about 2 to 3 times what the campus bookstore is typically going to pay you. And most of all, we actually send out our reps to pick up the books directly from you. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, are you sick of the bookstore? Yeah, of course, everyone is sick of the bookstore. We are constantly getting ripped off, and honestly, like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm sick of it. I bought a book last semester for somewhere around $280, and I went back at the end of the semester. I actually didn't even open the book once, and I went back to the bookstore, tried to sell it, and guess what? They offered me $20. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I paid $280 for this. They're like, well, sorry, that's all we can offer. I walked out of there with my tail between my legs, pissed off, because I mean, that was $280. So, and I know that many of you have a similar experience. So listen up, because this is kind of the solution to the problem. What Scholarly does is it handles the entire textbook selling process through a simple text message. So basically, you send your first message, which is usually #books, to their phone number, and then they take you through an automated texting stream to sell your books. It gives you instant real-time pricing, which is usually anywhere from 2 to 3 times what the bookstore is going to pay. And then you can even text in total, gives you your total, and then you can press accept. The moment you press accept is the moment they actually patch you through with a campus runner. And the campus runner will come through and set up a time and place for them to pick up your books from you anywhere on campus. You can literally stay in your dorm room and play your video games all day if that's what you want to do. And they'll actually come straight to you, pick up the books, and then they'll actually pay you on the spot. So the way Scholarly does this is immediately following the pickup, Scholarly will push an electronic payment to you through PayPal. So obviously the runners won't carry any money or cash on them, because that's a little dangerous, and you wouldn't want to be carrying that kind of cash on you anywhere on campus. So we do it all electronically, and it's a lot safer and honestly a lot faster. So yeah, it's a pretty straightforward process, guys. And one of the cool things they're doing right now is, since I'm presenting for them, if you want to go ahead and text in to their short code or to their phone number right now, the text #5-%, they will actually give you 5% more on your textbooks. And this offer is only valid for the in-class presentation right now. So I'll give you here like about 30-35 seconds somewhere in there, and you can go ahead and actually get 5% more in your books, which is awesome. Basically, what's going to happen is you're going to get back an automated text, and they'll kind of explain the process of how you just got your 5% and how you can claim that. It's super straightforward. Whenever you're ready to sell your books, you can go ahead and send hashtag books to that same number, and you can get going. So last thing, if you're like, oh, I don't really want to get spammy text messages, Scholarly does not do that. We will never share your information, and we're never going to spam you. Anything you're going to get is all kept internally, and we do not sell your information. So don't worry, you're not going to get spammed. And if you don't have any books, whatever, that's cool. But if you do, guys, this is by far the best way to sell your books. It's pretty much the fastest, easiest, and really the laziest way to probably sell a textbook in college. So anyway, I'll give you a few more seconds here to get this in. I'll leave this up on the screen, and thank you so much for your time. Okay, so that pretty much does it for the presentation. You'll probably want to stay around, leave this screen up for as long as you can, as long as the professor or as long as the the person running whatever you're in, however long they let you do it, leave it up there. Honestly, just walk away. Let them take care of it. And with that, I would recommend actually emailing this to yourself. That way you don't have a flash drive to have to go like pull out. So that way you can literally just leave the room and leave this up there. So people might have questions. If they do, and the professor or whoever is running the meeting has given you permission to answer questions, then yeah, go ahead. Like after you're done with the presentation, leave this screen up, and then you can just basically say, does anyone have any questions? And at that point, you are kind of opening up a can of worms, just in case there are questions that you don't know the answer to. If you don't know the answer to them, just direct them to our website. Just say, hey, I'm not quite sure, and I don't want to tell you wrong. So go ahead and go to scholarly.com to answer your questions. And if that doesn't answer your question, then go find their contact page and send them a message. They're super fast at getting back to you, and they're honestly really cool. They'll just text you and answer your question. So yeah, if you can, stay in there, let them get their questions answered, and that pretty much does it. Again, just make sure you're energetic, make sure you're happy. Nobody likes a boring presenter. It gets like, you're probably going to be given this, whenever I did this, it was about 4 to 5 minutes, so that's about where you're going to want to come in on, and you don't want to waste people's time. Just remember that what you're selling in this presentation is something that they are very, very, very interested in using. So basically imagine it this way: you got a bunch of sick people and you have the medicine. So you're basically just giving them the medicine, and just yeah, sometimes like when it comes to presenting, you're like, oh, I don't really know my stuff, or man, I just don't really know if people will go for this. They will go for it. Believe me, it's happening at every single school we go to. Students love this. It's just a matter of finding out about it, and you're the one that's telling them about it. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. Just shoot me a text or send me an email. Obviously, if I'm not your supervisor at this point, then send the question to your supervisor. Thank you so much. By the way, this is Daniel. I'm out. Thanks.